Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Tower of Fantasy. So yes, another issue inside Tower of Fantasy. I'm pretty sure no one is surprised at the moment. So this main issue is actually ruining the game, especially because 2.0 was officially released like a couple of days ago, and this is an issue that's continued to persist even though it's been out for a while, or like 4 days or 3 days now, and the issue has still not been addressed. The issue has not been fixed. Even though we've gotten so many like maintenance so far, this issue still continues to be inside the game and is actually making it impossible for so many people to actually play the game. Now, before 2.0 came out, many people were saying 2.0 will save the game, 2.0 update will fix so many issues we had. Well, that was cap, wasn't it? I already knew that from the moment people were saying that. When people say wait for a certain update to come out for this game to become a lot better, that's cap. That's cap. Straight away cap. Why should we wait a couple of updates before the game actually becomes playable? And it isn't even more playable. In fact, it's even less playable right now with the new update we've gotten. The main issue is the fact that people can't even enter certain joint operations, certain other content, because there's some waiting list or some waiting queue, which then they have to wait like a couple of minutes before they're able to actually play this content. It's absolutely insane. I do believe there's one person who said to do like 3 joint operation, they had to wait an hour for each, or finish it in an hour. So 1 hour for one joint operation, taking into account the wait time, and another hour and another hour. Imagine 3 hours. Imagine taking you 3 hours to actually do a content in a game. Not gonna lie, the person who actually did that has more patience than I would ever have. Now, I'm gonna say this to you guys as well. I personally have not experienced this issue, so I think my server is quote unquote not dead, but like a lot less players compared to like the NA regions or the servers that were like the beginner one where everyone was trying to log into. So my server is a lot less packed, so maybe all this queue stuff isn't an issue on my server, but this is an issue that is continuously happening right now in Tower of Fantasy. This is not the only issue right now in Tower of Fantasy. I did make a video when 2.0 came out that the game is filled with bugs. Now, some of the bugs have been addressed, but however, there's still like 2 major bugs that is pissing off people, which is the DLSS memory leak stutter on Steam, poor performance, game crashing, UI text issue. Okay, that's not one issue. There is also no rooms available. You are a certain number in the queue, please wait. These are some of the issues that are still available right now in Tower of Fantasy, and it's killing the player base. It's killing the player base. Imagine not being able to play your game. That is when the game is actually at a bad state. Now, I'm not sure what the devs are doing at the moment, because I'm pretty sure many people already said stuff about this. I did wait a couple of days before I made this video. This is an issue that happened from the start of 2.0, and now it's been like 4 days now. This issue has not been addressed. This issue has not been mentioned, I don't believe, and nothing like that. And I don't know if they're going to do some compensation, but you're going to need to do a huge amount of compensation, because a majority of the players were not even able to play your game because there was crashes. I experienced that issue. Fortunately, now I don't actually experience that issue, but I still believe certain other people are experiencing that sudden crash and not being able to actually enter the servers again. Now, the way I fixed it for myself was to log out of Tower of Fantasy and then log back in, and for some reason it fixes that. If you guys are still experiencing that issue, go ahead and check it out. Most people decided to like wait 30 minutes and try to log back in, and it still wouldn't work. So I do recommend logging out of the of the PC client and then logging back in, and hopefully that should fix it like it did for me. However, it could persist to happen over and over and over again, but so far it's only happened to me twice. But the main issue I wanted to talk about in today's video is obviously the queue times and people queuing for some modes. Now, I will say this is an MMORPG, or a game where you're playing with multiple people, so I don't actually understand why there's queuing, because even with me actually in joint operation, I find it a lot harder to actually enter a team. But for some reason, other servers, or maybe it's just a bug, there is multiple people trying to do joint operation, but not enough servers or not enough like space to actually do it, which is completely surprising, because in my server, I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes waiting for someone to join into my joint operation team. I can't find anyone. But in other server, so many people are trying to do this content, but it's impossible for them to actually enter unless they wait a certain amount of minutes. Now, it's not like a 10-minute wait time or 20-minute wait time. It's looking like some 30 minutes wait time, 40 minutes wait time. I won't have that. Now, I have 2 monitors, so yes, if I experience that issue, I could just pull up Tower Fantasy on one of my monitor, leave it up, and then when I notice the queuing stuff is over, then I'll obviously pay attention to it and I can focus on something else whilst I'm waiting. But many people don't actually have two monitors. Many people are also playing on mobile. I'm not sure if this is an issue experienced on mobile, but yeah, mobile experience is already terrible. So if this is another issue plaguing the mobile devices, then yeah, it's a huge problem. Now, hopefully whilst I'm talking about this, I should be going over to the Reddit page to talk to show you guys some proof. Now, the fact that the devs have they acknowledged it? I'm not really too sure. So the infinite queue on our server are making the game unplayable. I've worked hard on this game, and I'm reading a quote right now from Tower Fantasy Reddit. I've worked hard on this game and I can't even run content. I haven't even seen an official acknowledgement of this extreme failure. Staff needs to acknowledge this, offer major compensation to affected servers. Yeah, I do believe it's not every server, but obviously I like to take a free compensation. Come on, guys. Anyways, let's see. Fix this as soon as possible, or this game's going to bleed players, including me. And I have really loved this game until now, but it's not so fun when you can't even play its content and no influencers are talking about it. That is true. Okay, yeah, I take account to that as well. Actually, no, I did mention bugs already, but I do understand when you say content creators are not making content on this issue. Obviously, we know that one content creator, Clint Wolf, who always talks about issues in Tower Fantasy. Big shout out to him. I also make videos talking about players are mad on certain stuff in this game, but the rest of the other content creators, I'm not sure whether they don't want to speak about it or bring bad publicity to their channel. It's up to them to decide whether they want to make content on it. But I personally, I'm going to be making a content on it, as you can see right now, just because I do feel like this is something that is major and detrimental to the game. This is something that could ruin the game, because not being able to play this game is already bad enough, and with the multiple issues that is plaguing this game, it's just going to keep piling on. Imagine a pile of shit. Okay, I don't want to say shit. A pile of poo. Now that sounds even worse. I'm just going to stick with a pile of shit. Imagine a pile of shit that keeps stacking up. First of all, it becomes irritating, but it keeps piling up. Then it becomes unbearable and you're leaving that space. That essentially is what's happening with Tower of Fantasy. There are so many issues that many people are picking out on, and like, this game doesn't feel polished, this game doesn't feel premium, optimization is crap, we're having so many bugs, every single banner we have, there is so much issue as well. This is just going to keep piling on. It feels like there is no one in Tower of Fantasy that's trying to actually work on the game and improve it. Every single time, every single week, it's an issue. This game has been plagued with so much issues. I'm actually surprised many people are still playing it. I'm even surprised with myself. I mean, I enjoy the game. I think that's why I'm playing it, and I've already invested time in it. That's why I don't want to quit it. But I just see continuous issue and over again. It's just actually mind-boggling that I'm still continuing to play the game, because if it's any other game, promise you not, shit you not, I will definitely quit. If this game, if I'm playing a game and it continuously has issue every single week, the devs looking mediocre, devs not actually trying to fix it, then yeah, I'll just feel like, yeah, the game or the devs just want my money. They don't actually care about what we're experiencing right now. They haven't even acknowledged it. I think that's pretty much what is worse about the situation. There is no acknowledgement. Even if you send them a message, they'll be like, yeah, okay, it's an issue, blah blah blah, but there's no official comment. Not many people are looking at the Reddit. Not many players in Tower Fantasy are going over to Reddit or seeing that this is an issue that's persistent. So not many people actually know about this issue. So the devs are being quiet about this, but this should be something they have acknowledged and say they're working on it, just to reassure the player base. But because they have not even reassured us or acknowledged that this is an issue, it's looking extra bad. So that's all I wanted to talk about with the situation. Tell me down in the comment section what you guys think. I just don't understand Tower Fantasy devs, Hota, Infinite, I don't know who's making decisions in the game. But get your act together, fix up your game, fix your staff, make sure your staff actually care about the game. This game is bug central. This is the game of the year that's gotten so much bugs. It's absolutely insane. Like, everyone was clowning on Alice Fiction with the bugs they had, but this is worse. Like, every week we just don't get any peace. It's mad. The only time we didn't get any bug or like a major issue was during the Claudia release. Since then, every single day it's a new issue. Every single week is a new issue. Damn, man. Absolutely shitty situation we found ourselves in right now with Tower Fantasy. Anyways, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for more content on Tower Fantasy. I still will continue to play the game. Yes, even with all of the stuff I've said, I enjoy the game. Devs just need to fix their act together. It's been a boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.